Most men think being high status means you were born with the right face, the right money, the right connections, or the right life. But that's not the full truth. Status isn't just something you have, it's something you signal. And most men are signaling weakness without even realizing it. Their voice sounds unsure, their eyes break too fast, their posture collapses, their clothes look accidental, their grooming looks lazy, their attention is too easy to access, their emotions are too easy to trigger. And then they wonder why people don't respect them, why they get overlooked, why they get tested, and why nobody takes them seriously until it's too late. The truth is, people judge you way faster than you think. Before you explain yourself, they've already started deciding where you fit. Are you someone they should listen to, or someone they can ignore? Are you someone they should respect, or someone they can test? Are you someone who seems grounded, or someone who looks like he's begging to be accepted? Most of this happens before a full conversation even starts. That's what makes status so ruthless. It doesn't wait for your personality. It doesn't wait for your story. It doesn't wait for your intentions. It reads the signals first. So in this video, I'm giving you 9 ruthless rules that make you dangerously high status. Not motivation, not basic self-improvement advice, a system. These are the rules that change how people read your voice, your eyes, your body, your style, your energy, your availability, and your emotional control. And once you understand this system, you stop walking into rooms hoping people respect you. You start moving like a man who understands exactly how respect is created. Lock in. Rule 1 is vocal dominance. Most men lose status the second they open their mouth. They speak too fast because silence makes them uncomfortable. They raise their pitch because they're nervous. They end every sentence like a question, because deep down they're asking for permission to exist. They fill every pause because they can't sit in the tension. And the worst part is, they don't even notice they're doing it. They think they're just talking, but everybody else is reading the signal. Your voice tells people how grounded you are. A rushed voice makes you sound like you're trying to escape the moment. A shaky voice makes you sound like you don't believe your own words. A voice that keeps rising at the end of statements makes you sound unsure, even when you're saying something important. High status men don't chase the conversation. They control the pace of it. They speak like they expect to be heard. They don't rush to prove the point. They let the point land. The fix isn't forcing your voice deeper like you're trying to act in a movie. That sounds fake. The real fix is control. Breathe lower before you speak. Slow your words down. Let there be pauses. End statements with downward inflection. Don't laugh after every serious sentence just to make it feel less intense. Don't soften everything you say because you're scared of being misunderstood. A man who controls his voice controls the temperature of the conversation. When he slows down, other people slow down. When he pauses, people wait. When he speaks with certainty, people feel it before they even decide why. Rule 2 is eye contact warfare. Your eyes expose your nervous system. Most men break eye contact way too fast. They look down, they glance away, they check their phone, they scan the room like they're looking for a way out. And every time they do that, they tell the other person the moment is stronger than they are. Eye contact isn't about staring like a creep. It isn't about trying to intimidate everyone you meet. It's about showing that you can be seen without folding. The 3-second rule is simple. When you meet someone, hold eye contact for 3 seconds. Keep your face relaxed, then look away calmly. Not fast, not nervous, not like you got caught doing something wrong. Calmly. In normal conversation, you don't need to stare nonstop. That gets weird, but you do need to stop looking away every time the energy gets tense. A low status man breaks eye contact because pressure makes him uncomfortable. A high status man can stay in the moment without panicking. This matters even more when someone tests you. Somebody throws a slick comment. Somebody challenges you in front of people. Somebody gives you that little stare to see if you'll fold. Most men respond by looking away, laughing nervously, or over-explaining. That's where they lose frame. You don't need to puff your chest out. You don't need to get aggressive. You just hold your eyes steady, keep your face calm, and answer from control. The room will feel the difference. They might not say it, but they'll feel it. Rule 3 is controlled movement. Most men move like they're either rushing, hiding, or apologizing for taking up space. They walk too fast. They fidget. They keep adjusting their clothes. They touch their face. They check their pockets. They bounce their leg. They look like their body is trying to escape before their mind even decides what to do. And whether you realize it or not, people read that as nervous energy. High status men don't move more than they need to. Their movement is clean. They walk with intention. They sit like they belong there. They don't rush every little action. They don't act like they're scared to take up time. This doesn't mean moving slow like some fake movie villain. It means you stop acting like everything is urgent when it isn't. You stop reacting to every little stimulus. You stop letting your body broadcast anxiety before you even speak. Start paying attention to your unnecessary movement. When you sit down once. Don't keep shifting every 3 seconds. When you speak, keep your hands controlled instead of flailing all over the place. When you walk into a room, don't speed walk like you're trying to get it over with. Slow down just enough that your body looks like it's under command. Controlled movement tells people you're not easily rushed, and a man who can't be rushed immediately feels harder to control. Rule 4 is the old money aesthetic. Your clothes speak before you do. Most men think style means being loud. Loud logos, loud colors, loud shoes, loud trends, loud everything. But loud doesn't always mean high status. A lot of the time, loud just looks like a man trying to buy attention. Real status is usually quieter. It's clean, it's fitted, it's controlled. It doesn't scream, "Look at me." It just makes people assume you belong in better rooms. Old money style works because it signals restraint. It says you don't need to prove you have taste. You just have it. Navy, cream, black, gray, brown, burgundy, clean white, simple leather, good fit, no giant branding. That's the base. Most guys ruin their look because they're chasing trends instead of building a uniform. One day they look streetwear. One day they look gym bro. One day they look like they copied a TikTok outfit from a guy with a completely different body type. There's no consistency, there's no identity, there's no signal. You don't need to be rich to look composed. You need clothes that fit, colors that don't fight each other, and pieces that don't look desperate for attention. A fitted dark trouser, a clean knit sweater, a simple jacket, good shoes, a watch that doesn't look like it came from a vending machine. That's enough to start changing how people read you. The goal isn't to look flashy. The goal is to look intentional. Because when your clothes look intentional, people assume the man wearing them is intentional too. Rule 5 is expansive posture. Your outfit can be perfect, but if your posture collapses, the whole picture falls apart. Rounded shoulders, forward neck, sunken chest, eyes down, weak stance. That's the body language of a man who's trying to disappear. And the worst part is, most guys don't even realize they're doing it because they've trained that posture for years. Sitting on their phone, hunching over a desk, walking with their head down, shrinking in rooms where they should be taking up space. Posture is one of the fastest status signals you can fix, but only if you stop treating it like a reminder and start treating it like training. You don't magically stand tall forever just because you remembered it once. Your body falls back to what it's built for. If your upper back is weak, your shoulders will round. If your chest is tight, your frame will close. If your neck is always forward, your jawline looks weaker, your presence looks weaker, and your whole body reads lower status. The protocol is simple. Shoulders back and down, chest open, chin level, feet planted. When you walk, don't look like you're chasing the floor. When you sit, don't fold into yourself like you're trying to become invisible. When you stand in a group, don't hover on the edge like you're waiting for permission to exist. Take your space, not in a loud way, not in an obnoxious way. Just stop shrinking. A man who owns his frame doesn't need to announce himself. His body does it first. Rule 6 is the 100 millisecond verdict. People judge your face faster than you want to believe. Before you speak, before they know your personality, before they hear your story, their brain has already started sorting you. Clean or sloppy, sharp or tired, disciplined or careless, attractive or forgettable, high status or invisible. And most men hate hearing that because it sounds unfair. But reality doesn't care if you think it's fair. People are judging anyway. This is where grooming becomes tactical. Most guys think grooming is vanity because they don't understand perception. Your skin, facial hair, eyebrows, hairline, lips, teeth, and expression all send signals before your first sentence lands. If your skin looks irritated, greasy, dull, or neglected, it changes the read. If your facial hair is messy, it changes the read. If your eyebrows are wild, your neckline is rough, your lips are dry, your hair looks unplanned, it all stacks against you. Not because people are consciously judging each detail, because the total signal feels less controlled. A high status man looks like he takes care of himself. He doesn't need to look perfect. He needs to look maintained. There's a difference. You don't need 12 steps. You need consistency. Clean face, controlled facial hair, clean hair, good scent, fresh breath, rested eyes, simple. Most men lose points because they ignore basic maintenance and then blame genetics. But a lot of what people call genetics is really neglect. If you look tired, careless, and unmaintained, the world responds to that signal. If you look clean, sharp, and disciplined, the world responds to that too. Rule 7 is the halo effect. Once people see you as attractive, clean, disciplined, and high status, they start giving you credit you haven't earned yet. That's the halo effect. If you look put together, they assume you're more competent. If you speak calmly, they assume you're more confident. If your posture is strong, they assume you're more capable. If your grooming is clean, they assume you're more disciplined. The effect isn't fair, but it's real. And high status men don't waste time crying about unfair advantages. They build them. This is why everything has to align. You can't have a good outfit but a weak voice. You can't have a sharp face but sloppy posture. You can't have a strong body but move like you're nervous in every room. People don't experience you in separate pieces. They experience the whole signal. When the signal is aligned, it compounds. Skin, style, posture, voice, eye contact, scent, movement, and emotional control all start telling the same story. That story is, this man is not average. The dark psychology here is that people feel first and justify later. They decide something about you quickly, then their brain starts searching for evidence to support that decision. If they feel like you're high status, they'll notice the things that confirm it. If they feel like you're average, they'll notice the things that confirm that too. That's why your job is to make the first conclusion work in your favor, not by faking it, by aligning the signals. Rule 8 is scarcity. Low status men are always available, always texting back instantly, always saying yes, always over-explaining, always showing up the second someone gives them a little attention. They think being available makes them valuable. It doesn't. It makes them convenient, and convenient men get used. High status men aren't scarce because they're pretending. They're scarce because they actually have priorities. They have work, they have training, they have goals, they have standards, they have a life that doesn't revolve around being chosen. That's the difference. Fake scarcity is playing games. Real scarcity is being busy building something. If she texts while you're locked in, you don't drop your mission to respond in 10 seconds. If someone invites you last minute because their first plan fell through, you don't automatically accept. If someone disrespects your time, you don't write an essay explaining why they should value it. You move accordingly. Your attention is currency. Stop spending it like it's worthless. The more freely you hand out your time, attention, and emotional energy, the cheaper they become. Scarcity makes people feel that your time has a cost, and when your time has a cost, people treat it differently. This doesn't mean being rude. It doesn't mean acting unavailable for no reason. It means your life has weight, your mission has priority, your attention has standards, and not everyone gets unlimited access just because they want it. Rule 9 is emotional control. This is the rule that holds everything together. You can have the voice, the eyes, the posture, the clothes, the grooming, and the scarcity. But if people can trigger you easily, you're still not dangerous. You're just decorated. A man who reacts to every jab, every rejection, every disrespectful comment, every delayed text, every little shift in energy is still controlled by the outside world. Emotional control doesn't mean you feel nothing. That's fake. It means you don't hand people the remote to your nervous system. Somebody throws a jab and you don't instantly defend yourself. Somebody tries to guilt you and you don't automatically fold. Somebody tries to rush you and you don't panic. Somebody withdraws attention and you don't start chasing like a man who forgot his own value. You pause, you watch, you choose. This is where stoicism comes into the system. Not the watered down internet version where men pretend not to care about anything. Real stoicism is control. It's knowing what belongs to you and what doesn't. Their opinion doesn't belong to you. Their reaction doesn't belong to you. Their insecurity doesn't belong to you. Your response does. Your discipline does. Your standards do. Your frame does. A high status man doesn't need the world to behave perfectly for him to stay grounded. That's why he feels powerful. He's not easy to move. Now here's how you actually integrate all 9 rules. Most men hear this type of information, get hyped for 10 minutes, and then do nothing. That's because they treat it like content instead of a system. You need to run it daily. In the morning, check your grooming. Clean face, clean facial hair, clean scent. Check your outfit. Does it fit? Does it look intentional? Does it signal control? Check your posture. Shoulders back and down, chest open, chin level. Then warm up your voice. Breathe low, speak slower, and your sentences like statements, not questions. During the day, practice the social rules. Hold eye contact longer than feels comfortable. Stop over-explaining. Stop rushing to respond. Stop laughing off disrespect just because you don't want tension. Stop making yourself too available. Stop reacting to every little emotional hook. At night, review where you lost frame. Where did you rush? Where did you fold? Where did you chase approval? Where did your posture collapse? Where did your voice betray your nerves? Where did you act like the old version of yourself? That's how the system becomes real. Not by watching one video and feeling motivated. By catching yourself in real time and correcting the signal. The dangerous man isn't dangerous because he's loud. He's dangerous because he's aware. He knows what his voice is doing. He knows what his eyes are doing. He knows what his body is doing. He knows when someone is trying to pull him into a status game. He knows when his attention is being bought too cheaply. He knows when his emotions are being baited. And because he knows, he can choose. This is psychological looksmaxing. Most men think looksmaxing is just skin, jawline, hair, clothes, and body. Those things matter, but they're not the full system. If your voice is weak, your eye contact breaks, your posture collapses, your style looks desperate, your grooming is lazy, your attention is cheap, and your emotions are easy to control, you're still low status. You can look good and still get played. You can dress well and still be invisible. You can build muscle and still move like a man who needs approval. The full upgrade is deeper than that. Appearance gets you seen. Voice gets you heard. Eye contact gets you respected. Posture gets you felt. Style gets you categorized. Grooming gets you judged better. Scarcity gets you valued. Emotional control gets you trusted. Integration turns all of it into identity. That's when people start treating you differently without knowing exactly why. You don't need to announce that you've changed. They feel it. You move slower. You speak cleaner. You hold the room better. You stop chasing. You stop shrinking. You stop reacting. You become harder to ignore and harder to control. Status isn't luck. It's not just money. It's not just genetics. It's a stack of signals. And most men are sending the wrong ones every single day. They're asking for respect with their words, while their body, voice, style, attention, and emotions are telling the world they don't respect themselves. Don't be that guy. Pick 3 rules from this list and run them for 30 days. Vocal dominance, eye contact, posture, grooming, scarcity, emotional control. Whatever hits hardest, start there. You don't need to fix your whole life overnight. You need to stop leaking weakness through signals you can actually control. I've studied psychology for years, and these 5 tips separate men who consistently improve themselves from men who stay stagnant and stuck. Drop a comment and let me know which tip hit the hardest. If this video opened your eyes, smash the like button. And if you're serious about investing in yourself and your future, become a channel member. This directly funds our high-impact content and rewires your mindset instead of wasting your time with the basic advice everyone else gives you. Most creators give you surface-level tips. We give you the actual system to improving yourself. Lastly, make sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications. Most guys consume content but never commit to the journey. They're scared to take the steps necessary because they're not serious about bettering themselves. They're happy staying invisible, staying average, staying predictable. But you, I know you're different. So what are you waiting for? Subscribe and become a member today. And let's go beyond betterness.